Welcome to Mark Alyn's Culinary Adventure. I'm noshing at snacking. We're going to do a whole show on snacking today. We're going to feature one recipe that you can do very spontaneously, and then some pre-made ones that I find to be exceptional. That's on our show today. I'm Mark Alyn. Welcome. And if you're live, you can talk to us, okay? If you're watching us live, you can send us a comment. We'd certainly appreciate it. All right, here's our opening. Just stay there. Here I am. I'm back. All right. We're going to start with something that is one of my favorite things. I mean, let's think about this. This is the summer. It's about 85 degrees outside in Southern California. Very low humidity. Not like the South or even the East, like New York or Washington D.C. Um, Growing up, I wasn't a big peanut butter fan, but I am now because I've discovered crunchy peanut butter, and I have a favorite brand. They uh, they don't know me. It's Santa Cruz brand. It's organic. It's non-GMO. It's just peanuts and a little bit of salt. And this is a dark roast because when they roast peanuts or any nut, it intensifies the flavor because what it's doing, it draws the water, moisture out of that nut. So, what I do is I take my open jar and I buy jars of this stuff all the time. One, it's a little hard to find, and two, it's expensive. So I try to buy it on sale. It's peanut butter on an apple. It is a very healthy snack, a lot of energy. Mm, really nice. Um, Great for the kids. They can do it themselves. Now, if you're diabetic, you do have to watch yourself. So there is a lot of sugar in the apple and in any fruit. So you have to be careful. Check with your dietitian, nutritionist, or your doctor. Peanut butter is low glycemic. So generally speaking, peanut butter is good for diabetics. So I wanted you to know that. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side. Some other snacks that you can make that are that don't require any cooking at all. Carrots, okay. Celery. You can use the celery and put peanut butter. Carol, do you like peanut butter on celery or not?
I don't, but
You
people
don't.
do.
I'm not wild about that either. But you can dip it into a low calorie like ranch dressing if you like that, or blue cheese. I like it with blue cheese. Carrots, young carrots. We've had some really fabulous carrots from Melissa's that are sweet and tasty. And I like putting them in blue cheese, okay? Just like I've gone to a barbecue restaurant and I have a blue cheese or ranch dip. I'm not a big fan of ranch, but I do love blue cheese. Um, all right, I was noshing as we started our program. I was noshing was this the one I was noshing? I don't even know. This is a tropical chocolate trail mix blend. kosher, um, non-GMO, there is chocolate in it, and chocolate has become the go-to snack. We got to watch chocolate for a couple of reasons. One, it's hot, so it's hard to ship right now. That's one. And two, because it comes from all over the world, um, the prices have increased. All right, so we have to be careful of that, and they may affect the consumer. Chocolate prices may go up. Chocolate companies such as Hershey's are looking for some kind of substitute that tastes like chocolate. Frankly, I know how that's going to taste. It isn't going to be as good as this little chocolate nub. Mm, that's just perfect. Um, this has dried cranberries, mango, cashews. Cashews are my favorite nut, by the way. I think cashews and chocolate is a wonderful combination. Now, speaking of mango, and I have been snacking on this, as you can see, these are dried mangoes. Now, the reason I like Melissa's dried mangoes is it's just dried mangoes. That's it. They slice them up and dry them. There's no preservatives. A lot of dried fruit has sulfur dioxide, and I just don't want that. I don't want to eat that. And this has a sweet taste. There is a lot of sugar in this snack. You might need that if you're running around the tennis court, pickleball court, driving the kids all over the place. So it's a very good snack and very healthy. Again, if you're diabetic, please check with your healthcare professionals. All right, let's go over to our Melissa Camp. Now, Carol set this up. Thank you, Carol. You did a very good job. I'm going to point out over here, these are still hatch onions, which are sweet. Hatch chili season, I think, is coming in the next week or two. And so we'll see fresh hatch chilies. But Melissa's prepared a number of different snacks that are all made for you. So all I have to do is reach in, grab some, eat it, put it in a baggie, and take it with you. Or put it in a lunchbox for your kids. You know, all the ads for the department stores. Are there department stores anymore? Well, are geared to back to school, and these are perfect back to school snacks. Okay, they can be a dessert after a peanut butter sandwich, and you can make a peanut butter sandwich. Just don't use a lot of jelly. I tend to overuse the jelly. How do I do it? Probably a 2-to-1, Carol. Jelly to peanut butter. Anyway, okay. Let me show you some of the products here that we have. These are dried apricots. Again, no sulfur dioxide, just dried fruit. These are from Turkey. My favorite nut, other than myself, are cashews. I love dried um, uh, uh, cashews. These are dry roasted cashews. And when nuts of any kind are roasted, the moisture is pulled from the nut itself, and the flavor and the texture intensifies, so that in something like this, you're going to hear the crunch. Okay, and I've had raw cashews, and they're not quite as flavorful. They're not quite as tasty either. Also, you have to watch out when you're buying nuts to make sure that you don't buy nuts roasted in oil. It's just extra fat that you don't need. It takes away from the flavor, in my opinion, as well. All right. Carol and I both love chocolate. Chocolate is the go-to snack. Uh, if you remember the commercial for Snickers, 3 o'clock, have a Snickers bar. Been there, done that. Trying to break that habit by eating wholesome, fresh fruits and vegetables for snacks and the dried mixes and trail mixes that Melissa's has prepared. Um, these are milk chocolate covered almonds, and we had milk dark chocolate covered raisins. But I went nuts and I ate most of them, and now I'm not allowed to have any more of the dark chocolate anything. And we have dark chocolate. Where's the dark chocolate? What did I do with it? It's disappeared. Well, milk chocolate, milk chocolate. Anyway, we have some dark chocolate. Was it over there? Yeah. No? Anyway, it doesn't matter. We have dark chocolate um, almonds that Carol will enjoy by herself because I'm not allowed to have any more. Okay. One of our favorite snacks, if I can find it, is, oh, this is it. The sweet and spicy trail mix. This has spiced banana chips, right? Almonds, cashews, peanuts. Did I say almonds? Um, in it, and it's sweet and spicy. Really good, quick pick me up. They also have just the bananas, spiced bananas, and those are also very, very good. Um, ah, I said earlier that my favorite nuts in order would be cashews. The next one would be almonds. I didn't mention my third one, which would be pistachios. The only nut that's always roasted, by the way, in the shell, okay, are pistachios. And then walnuts. But we have some organic dry roasted um, salted almonds, and these are lightly salted, by the way, because I don't like a lot of salt uh, on anything, but it does help to bring out the flavor. When buying nuts, roasted nuts, try to buy dry roasted, and you can even buy raw nuts and roast them yourself. Okay, put them in a baking sheet, stick them in the oven, and you can watch for the intensity that you want. If you want them really dark, you can. You can also keep them lighter if you like. By roasting the nut, I think I said this already, it pulls the moisture out and intensifies the flavor and adds to that crunch. Um, Also, I should mention making peanut butter is very easy. I've done it. You take dry roasted peanuts, throw them into a blender, push the button. 30 seconds later, you have peanut butter. It's that easy. It's work intensive getting the peanut butter out of the blender, okay, because it's so sticky. But that also gives you control over what you're doing. All right, let's take a look at a couple other things. I found it. Here's the dark covered uh, almonds that Mark is not allowed to have. This one here is the Endurance Trail Mix blend. This has no chocolate in it. There are raisins, almonds, all kinds of seeds. I said raisins, didn't I? And they're really good if you're going to do some kind of intensive workout. Ah, that's the Endurance milk chocolate, milk chocolate. Where is did did we talk about the tropical chocolate blend? This is one a trail mix that I like because it's got little bits of chocolate in it, and it's dark chocolate. There's cranberries and mango, and little bits of dark chocolate. It's well, as you can see, I'm snacked out. I've been noshing all afternoon here with you. Um, Thank you very much for watching. We appreciate it. Any comments? Let us know. We've added TikTok to our mix. Hopefully, you've seen us now on TikTok. If you have, please let us know. I'm Mark Alyn. Carol, thank you very much for pushing the buttons and keeping me straight. Well, at least somewhat on time. We'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.